Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
Hello and welcome back to our channel. Honorable Ikenga, the opposition lawmaker spokesman, have decided to wade into this matter. Don't forget, he has always been a strong supporter of Fubara. Now he has said to tell Fubara and all other women in Nigeria exactly the effect of Wike supporters and what they are doing. We're going to give you full details on that, but before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel. He said about saying that Nigeria is finished. Supporters of a 7 minister in Tinubu's government are alleged to be busy burning headquarters of another arm of government, and the police since morning have not stopped them. That was some 24 hours ago. He continued by saying police since morning have not stopped them. Mr. President, do you know what this means? Nigeria has walked paths like this before, and the consequences were enormous. Stop the madness these overnight supporters are carrying out. Rivers people and Nigerians are recording all this for you. Elected local government area chairmen have been sworn in, and there is nothing this alleged Wike group can do that will change this or remove the democratically elected government of Fubara, Governor Fubara, from office. Okay, he also went further and he said, state of emergency dreamed by defeated political outlaws. He said, can someone help me tell pro-Wike group that burning local government headquarters and clamoring for state of emergency cannot remove Governor Fubara from office? Mr. President, and governors can't be removed from office via any emergency rule. The Supreme Court have resolved that issue. Emergency declaration is about deployment of extra security to restore order, like Jonathan declared emergency in Borno, Adamawa, and the governors were still exercising their mandate in office. Accept this truth that the local government area chairmen have taken office and Governor Fubara is firmly in office. Our nation have tolerated this guy's madness for so long that their treasonable activities now threatens the stability of even the Tinubu government they claim to love. Try next nonsense, and you will see national outrage you guys cannot handle. This is getting interesting. All of this, the opposition lawmakers coalition spokesman has to say now. Even he went further to say, like, Wike must answer questions over burning of local government area hours in River State by his I take that again. Wike must answer questions over burning of local government headquarters in River State by his alleged supporters. This is coming from opposition lawmakers coalition spokesman. Now, apart from that, Ikenga did mention some serious questions and pertinent statements like that is storming up what Fubara said, or for what Fubara's judicial inquiry, investigative inquiry, and the result that he should not relegate his result or get scared. He should go ahead boldly, and even no matter who's else being God, that based on the fact that the interview that Wike granted some few hours ago, it clearly shows that he is in the know of what his alleged supporters did, and if for any reason it is traceable to him, that based on criminal law he should be prosecuted. The Attorney General of the state should go ahead prosecute him, and according to criminal law he should be brought to book, that no one man's ambition should be bigger than the whole country. And he now went further to even warn the president that, look, you have to be very careful. People are using the ofera of we are working for Mr. President, and they are burning an arm of the government, like local government. It starts from local grassroots, from local government. Next thing, because they believe they're working with the president and the president will look the other way. And if they burn out the local government area, the next thing they'll be looking at state, then the next thing they'll be looking at federal. And those who live in glass house don't throw stone. And it's storming up for Fubara for doing what he's doing. That is, look, whatever it is, that no one person should, be controlling a state. My colleague is in the house. What's your take on the standpoint of Fubara on this matter?
Well, as it has to do with what Ugochinyere has said and all of that, I think that Nigerians, we must be transparent enough when it comes to the issue of judgment, when it comes to the issue of justice and fairness in the country. Now, one of the things that we know currently that kind of overrides everything that revolves around the issue of that election, that swearing in and all of that, is the fact that the Supreme Court said 90 days. And Fubara did everything to ensure that 90 days, those guys are in office, and he has successfully done that. I think that even the federal government should thumbs up him. You understand that he was able to respect the rule of law, the Supreme Court judgment, and made sure that not just the rule of law or not just the Supreme Court, even his own people. It's a show of love for his own people. Let me perfect this in so that at the end of the day, because after 90 days, every other state that have not conducted election, they would not give them money for their local government councils again, which they form in the local government staffers are going to suffer. They're going to stay for days without being paid, or months without being paid, because they have not concluded anything about the issue of election. So everybody should be thumbing off him. Now that these guys have gone around to do what they have done, and he has set up a panel of inquiry. Wike is trying to say, if you know the people that are behind it, why are you setting up a panel of inquiry, blah, 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 blah. He's trying to follow the legitimate way. Nothing like hearsay. According to him, he said he was going to work alongside the DSAs and also the police. And I feel at this point that Fubara is trying to be very legitimate. And just like this guy had rightly pointed out, whoever that is found guilty of that arson that took place in those three local governments, Eleme and Ikwere local government area, them and those who were behind them, their sponsors, their supporters, must be dealt with. Now, shockingly, when that thing happened, lives were lost, and somebody is behind all of this.
But already, if you check the interview, Wike did mention that already has sent his lawyers to begin to counter that judicial panel of inquiry.
Now, the big question is, Oga, your place is in Abuja. Why is it that the issues happening in Rivers State is of so much concern to you? Why? Well, I know that he has the right, to interfere. That's why also nobody should blame Ugochinyere also.
For also interfering.
Because Ugochinyere, looking at the kind of high-handedness going on there, has a full right also to do. Whatever he's going to bring up, that's a pointer to the fact that there's something going on. He's trying to prevent possible arrest of some of the people who, because I wonder why he should, bring up an injunction to stop, those board from carrying out their responsibility.
But don't you think, based on the fact that they said that his alleged supporters are involved, that's probably one of the reasons why he's bringing in his lawyers? Because he did say something that if Fubara knows those who committed it, why not just call the police and let them arrest them? But now you're not doing judicial, you want to do your investigation. So which means if that should be, I'm calling my lawyers to stop that investigation. Okay,
now the big question is, where in the world has a crime been committed and investigation is being prevented? That's the big question that one should ask.
But he said that Fubara said he knows those who did it.
Fubara says he knows those, but what is the process to be followed? At least there must be there must be an evidence at hand. We work with the police, though what we hear was hearsay, and the issue of I know was based on some of the things we saw played out. We heard those boys say no Wike, no Rivers State, and there were the people doing all of that. Even those who on the camera when they were talking, they made mention of the name. But I know possibly this is linked to him. But however, I would like to go the right way to follow it. It's like somebody saying, I know who is capable of ruling this state, but I won't want to appoint the person because I have to go through the due process, which is via elections and all of that. So for me, coming up with all of that shows the level of rascality, people are trying to bring in. But however, I think from all indication, this guy is trying to say every form of rascality in the state must be halted. And I pray that at the end of the day, when the Judicial Commission come up, because one of the things I've noticed about Fubara is a drawback in carrying out some very, serious investigation sanctions whenever, these reports of investigation is out.
I guess he's quite a merciful guy.
But he should make the people believe in him, because I could still remember some few months ago, he talked about the issue of investigating
probing the
past government, but up till now he has not done anything like that, and we have not seen the report also. So Nigerians are like, what are you trying to say? Some people are even like, God, forget this, your Judicial Commission of investigating. We know that at the end of the day there's nothing we are going to do. So for me, I feel that he should be speedy, give them timeline, and also now that Wike has opened up on possibly involving his lawyer, they should also bring out this thing. He should also meet that particular team or the man in charge of police. I don't know if there is someone in charge of security in his government. He should go to the court immediately and bring out a sanction that every court order is thereby, rendered impotent in the area of banning this investigation. They are playing around with this judiciary
and
intelligence. So I feel this is what should be done.
All right, to wrap it up, let's meet in our comment section. What's your take? Do you think there's really any need for Wike to involve his lawyers to stop the judicial inquiry that Fubara River State governor have set up? And do you think really has anything really to get worried over? Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's meet in the comment section. Don't also forget, Ikenga is not even from River State. A lot of people are asking, why should he